I hear all the time from people, but you don't understand, Jen. I'm a nurse, or I'm a police officer, or I'm a firefighter, or I'm an AMBO, or a paramedic, or I'm a FIFO worker. I'm a shift worker. I work at night. And it's like, you don't understand. What you teach won't work for me. Well, it will work for you. So what I want to give you here, if you are one of those people, if you're an emergency worker, or whether you are a nurse, oh my gosh, nurses just do it tough. Really, your shifts are so unfriendly to you. Or FIFO, something like that, where you are working shifts at night. These are the 5 essentials, to help you get on track and stay on track. So let's go. Number 1 is proper rest and sleep. So shift workers don't get sufficient sleep generally, and they can be prone to things like fatigue and headaches, mental health issues, anxiety, depression. All those things can come in because for so many reasons, even the fact that they're asleep during the day, they're not getting the sunlight that they need, and they're awake at night for so many reasons they do, let alone the adrenal glands being taxed. So sleep has to be a priority, but your day is your day. If you've finished work, at, I don't know, 6 or 7 a.m. and you head to bed, that's then your night. You will sleep however many hours. Ideally, you're still trying to get 7 to 9 hours. And I know so many shift workers that your shifts don't allow you to do that. Where possible, please at least get 7 hours, okay? If you can get regular naps at other times, that's great, but at least see if you can get 7 hours. So adaptogen herbs are what I use to really help people maximize their sleep. You really need adaptogens because your body is awake between 2 and 4 a.m. when your adrenals recharge. It's a Chinese medicine thinking. And you're asleep when your body's meant to be moving. So even more important for you to have them. And I'm also a fan of melatonin. I am. Not easy to get here in Australia, but I promise you can get it online in different places nowadays. Search, I promise you'll find it. But I'm a big fan of melatonin as well, particularly for shift workers. Okay, have a play with it. You'll find out your dose. But at least sleep's got to be the biggest priority. It just does. Number 1. Number 2 is eating regular meals. Again, your days and nights are out of place. And when I do so much one-on-one coaching around health with people, and particularly a lot of nurses, and they're having their meals and then they're still snacking through the night. They're not running their nights as their days and their days as their night. And whether they're overeating or from emotionally being tired and everything, they're eating the wrong foods, their body is just, it's off track. And so exactly what I tell them is, we want to set you a routine. We want you to make sure you're having that balance of good protein, good fats, good carbs every day. So many of them are not having enough protein, and then they're running bloody hungry all the time. So we need, the latest research, especially for longevity and health, is shown that we need about 2 grams per kilo per day of body weight, ideal body weight. So if you are 60 kilos, you're wanting somewhere, I don't know, 100, 120 grams of protein a day. And close to nature, good protein. Okay, if you're going to eat animal, that it's grass-fed animal, or everything close to nature, your brain, your body, everything will be satisfied more. You still need, no bum glue, no white bread, no white rice, no white pasta. Eat the good carbs, plenty of 2 or 3 cups of all of your favorite colorful fruit and veggies around your meals. Plenty of water, 33 ml per kilo per day. These are core basics that I teach everyone. The difference is you're going to run, your night is probably our day and your day is our night. Run to your routine with your eating. It's a game changer. So number 3 is you still need to exercise. And part of that exercising is not just to exercise for heart health and all over health, but actually to help your body channel stress. Your body is under a different level of stress when you are a shift worker. It's just a reality. So think mindful movement, things like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, Qigong. They're weight-bearing exercises using your own body weight. But the other thing that they do is they're replenishing to the adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands are where your chi, your life force lives. That's being taxed all day, which is meant to. However, it's meant to recharge between sleep time, like between 2 and 4 a.m. It's a Chinese medicine thinking. Your body doesn't get to do that. So flogging yourself at the gym or going for a big 10K run when you get off a shift, might exhaust you to sleep. However, it's going to drain you in the long run. You're better off to do mindful movement. Do an online yoga, Pilates, Qigong, or one of those kind of things. I'll put a link to my wife, Dr. Alice McKinnon, her website. She's got so many of those kind of classes online. Or you can watch the YouTubes and play along. Let your body come down to a natural restorative sleep versus exhausted sleep. It's a big difference. Okay. So exercise, yes, it helps our natural endorphins, happy hormones. That's great. They help you feel good, and it also helps with your circadian rhythm, but your circadian rhythm is out, just not existent because of the shift work you're doing. So we want to do everything that we do. We want it to be restorative to the body. Cool. Okay. The next one, number 4, is breaks. Take breaks during your shift where you can. You go, Jim, but I can't. I know. Can you get 1 minute? I'm serious. 1 minute. Whether you can do a stretch, whether you can just sit and be quiet and meditate for a minute. Things like that, even just to breathe, can help to reduce that stress and fatigue in your body. So in my corporate speaking, I do a lot of work speaking around the world, and I teach corporates how to do this. So this is my favorite. It's called Calm the Palm. So calm the palm is simple. In Eastern philosophies, we say your left hand is kind of all the wisdom from the past, and your right hand is like the promise of the future. And when we bring them together, and you can do this in a minute, 1 minute. So don't say you haven't got time. 1 minute to calm the palm. Get all your workmates around. 1 minute. You can do it this quick. Okay. The wisdom of the past meets the possibility and the promise of the future. But what you want to do is you're putting all of your concentration in the palm of your hands. The thing is, if you can put your mind in the palm of your hands, just feel your hands touching each other. We need to still the mind, and we need to, if you're feeling, your concentration is feeling, you'll be present. You won't be worrying about the 10 more things you still have to do before your shift finishes. That's why it's called Calm the Palm. So just bring your hands together, whatever position, I don't mind, but just feel skin on skin. Feel it there. And what you do is you breathe in for 5. You hold for 5. And you breathe out for 5. One whole round of that takes under 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And it can be a game changer to just bring you back. I learned that when I was in the army. I talked about in the last podcast, in the army, we went off and did all this huge strenuous exercise, getting us fit for battle. But what they were concerned about wasn't the fact that we could trek 20 miles and that. They wanted to know that when we stopped, we could bring our heart back to center and fire a rifle accurately. And that was a way of showing that you recovered quick. It's not the spend the energy, it's the recovery that matters. So, naturopathically, we say there's an alkaline corridor. Everyone's in and out all day. We want you in more than you're out. So the quicker your body can go, stress, or I'm out, or I can come back in, that's what matters. Calming the palm will help you get back into that alkaline corridor faster. The secret is to put don't just stick your hands together, put your hands together, feel your palms touching. When your concentration, your focus is there, it allows you to be present instead of worrying about what's next. And then you're just doing 5 by 5 by 5 breaths, 15 seconds, it's over. I promise it's a game changer. I work with such busy corporates working as a professional speaker, and this is one they go, okay, I can do that. So they can do it in their day. They can find 1 minute. I promise, even if you just do this 1 minute a day, you'll notice the difference. Cool. The next one is to reach out for help. So connecting with family and friends. I find a lot of people, because of the hours they're working, they withdraw. And it's so important to our mental and emotional well-being when we're working odd kind of hours to not withdraw from society, to stay engaged. I surf with some nurses and different people like that, some shift workers, and they'll still squash a surf in just so they can have that connection with, one, they're out in nature, which I'll talk about in a moment, but they're also they're connecting with people. It's really important. It's easy to withdraw because you're tired, but being engaged, recharges your adrenals. It's important, okay? So don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. We need to do 10 before 10. 10 before 10 is a favorite of mine. It's about getting 10 minutes of sun, feeling the sun on your skin, being exposed to natural light somewhere in your day, preferably before 10 a.m. So at the moment, the sun is up at 6:30. We're into winter here in Australia. So the sun's up later. If you're going to bed late, even if, 7 o'clock in the morning, even if you're outside and you just sat peacefully for 5 or 10 minutes before you went to bed and felt the early morning sun on your skin, oh my gosh, what that will do for your sleep, you won't know what to do with yourself. It's tiny, but all these little tweaks make the difference. Okay. You're working those kind of shifts. I get it. So you get to do a few different things to focus on that will bring you the result and the peace and the health and the stability in your nervous system and hormones. Oh my gosh, so important. Okay. So I promise it's worth doing these. And then the other non-negotiable is to take adaptogens and also think about looking at melatonin, like I mentioned. Melatonin in Australia, you cannot get easily, but you can get it. I think it's a game changer. I really do. Getting out to natural sunlight and all those things and helping your body naturally restore some of those things is important. But if you need that extra help, it's about getting you better sleep. The other one is adaptogen herbs. I take adaptogen herbs, 60 mils of the adaptogen herb I take it right at sleep time. And adaptogens help your body adapt to what's going on. So if you take them during the day, they give you more energy. If you take them at sleep time, do your deep breathing, 5 by 5 by 5. I honestly feel my eyeballs roll into the back of my head. My wife Alice and I joke about it. It's like, she's gone. Have you taken your herbs yet? Yeah, you'll be asleep in minutes. It's great. They're not sedatives, but they allow your nervous system just to go, whoa, just take a breather. And that allows you to come down into that better recharging sleep. I'll put a link. If you want to check them out, go to the show notes, www.healthylifehacks.com.au, and I'll put a link there to my favorite adaptogens. Check them out. Send me an email if you've got any questions. As for the melatonin, depending where you live in the world, you'll need to track it down, but I promise it's worth a try. So the Healthy Life Hacks for this episode, well, what is it? Pretty simple. Where will you start? Which one of these 5 essentials will you do today? They take discipline to bring into your life, and I promise every one of them is worth it.